waiting on one or two more people and we'll get going. So yeah, should only be an extra few minutes and then we'll jump right in to the race. Seems that my other commentator, very lazy towel, went through knee surgery and is unable to commentate tonight, so it'll just be me, I believe, unless someone else joins, I'm not sure. But 19 drivers at Spain in Barcelona. Should be interesting qualifying. Tyre wear play a big factor. Tyre could play a big factor in this race. We could see two stops with soft, medium, medium, or one stop with the medium hards, depending on which the Q3 drivers will start on, I guess. So 19 drivers. We now have the new feature of the track map, which is going to work really well. Going to help the commentating quite a bit. As we have Sideshow and Alcatraz both going out on the hard tyres for some reason. Not too sure why. Maybe they're quite confident. Expert coming out in the mediums. As Aussie Wizzy Rick, first driver to come out onto the track. We've got 7 live viewers. Just the start quality, which is good signs for more things to come. Hopefully for more viewers throughout the race. So Aussie or Expert was on the mediums for like a second, went back onto the sauce. Sajo and Alcatraz on the hard still, but in the pits, so they may go back onto the soft tyres to do their lap. So riding on board with Aussie, one of the title contenders, definitely for the Green Championship yesterday, in which he unfortunately crashed out, as he has a small slide through the final corner which will slightly impede his lap time, but he should be alright to get through to Q2 as he starts his lap down to turn 1, fast sweeping right hands into turn 2 left-hander, down to long right-hander, which is very easy to go wide and invalidate your lap, into 4, down to the tied hairpin of 5, the little kink of 6, into another tricky corner in turn 7 and a little kink through 8, down through 9. Another corner where you can easily spin and lose the rear end. Into the hardest braking zone, turn 9. Through into 10. You'll be careful through there, to 11. To the last sector. Very technical final sector. With the small last 2 chicanes. Jumps that corner, jumps the third to last corner. As he comes across the line to set a 1:19.0. It's quite a fast time for a Q1. As we see the Ferrari of Can't Do Crap setting his time with a 1:19.5. Alfa Romeo of Banana Cake coming through, setting a 1:18.8. With the Haas of Swaggy coming through for just to start his lap actually. And we have one of the Williams. Is James Cruz coming through, scored 10th place yesterday in the green, a 1:23.7, as Xpert a 1:19.4, as one of the Torossos, I'm guessing he's getting out of the way. No, who is that? Butthod. I think he may have spun, he's broken his front wing. Lap time's gone. As we see Sideshow finishing his lap. 1:21.7, Alcatraz at 1:20.8. Force India's coming through. XJ Schmidt goes pole with a 1:18.7. As Pure Gold has just started his lap. Few cars coming through the final corner as Can't Crap pits on for his in-lap, as is the Alfa Romeo, but not Swaggy, who comes through to set a 1:18.1, but is invalidated. May have invalidated his lap down near the final sector. We'll go on to board with the other half, and the Alpha's gone. Alpha of Reedy down at turn 4, I believe. Very weird corner to go off. As Pete starts his lap, Garlaz puts in a 1:20.4 on the hard tyres. Alcatraz coming through to start his lap, start an extra lap, I'm guessing. 1:28.5. May have made a small mistake. As James comes through, 1:40. Sideshow going through, not improving his time on the hard tyres. Force India going through, that is Unit starting his lap, and it should be Pure Gold who just went pole position. Completely missed that, to be honest. Pure Gold pole position with a 1:18.4. Reedy just starting his lap. As Can't Do Crap, or Breno actually, starting his lap as well. The Renault of LBC Alcatraz is going to finish another lap. He will not improve, but the Haas of Pete invalidates his lap. Now coming through to start his lap again, Budhod on the soft tyres. As some of the cars are being in the pit, as the Renault of Alcatraz looks to be coming through again. So he goes P8, fastest final sector, as one of the Ferraris goes a bit wide, must be letting someone through. Unit Greeno 1:19.1. As we have the Red Bull of Sideshow back into the pits. Toro Rosso coming up next. which is Reedy going a little bit wide, sliding an exit of the last corner, or second to last corner I should say, putting himself P10 at a 121.6. The Force India of, is that unit? No. XJ Schmidt going through, not improving on his time. Renault of Todster putting a 118.5, only a 10th off pure gold. As Reedy is just letting someone through. Another Toro Rosso of Bodhod putting himself P9, so 120.2. The other Toro Rosso of Expert not improving on his 119.4. With a small trainer cars, the McLaren of, not pure, of Smeg coming to finish his lap. We'll see what he does. So he crosses the line, goes only P15 at the 125.5. Must have made a small mistake there. As XJ Schmidt will be the next to come through as his Force India teammate unit comes into the pits. XJ Schmidt, another very, very fast driver, title contender as he pulls into the pits after 3 laps on those soft tyres. Todster, his lap is invalidated, he's probably going to pull into the pits as well. Reedy, I believe, is going to complete his lap. 1 minute 40.6. My guess is that was an outlap. As the Haas of Swaggy comes out on a new pair of softs for his first outlap. Yeah, I was Bodhod who went through 1 minute 20.2. As the Red Bull of Aussie starts his lap. With Mercedes of Dougie starting his lap. We'll go on board with Dougie Falcon. One of the very, very quick drivers in this field. One of the very will be there in the end for the last race, maybe even secure title. So it's a purple sector 1 already. There have been rumours that he could set 1 minute 17s down here in Spain. Very, very cleanly. He might be running traction, I'm not too sure. But this is a very clean lap, no sliding, no oversteer, no wheel spin at all. Kept it very tidy, hitting all the apexes. Red Bull in front of him of Sideshow could be in his way. A little slide. Sideshow gets out of the experience. It's a 119.4. As he comes around the final 2 corners. Very, very tight lap. This looks to be for pole position. The Mercedes, Dougie Falcon, puts it on pole with a 117.7. A stunning lap time by the Brit. It's only 6 minutes to go in Q1. We have Swaggy, Pete, and Breno. Pete has invalidated his lap, so he'll have to go again. Swaggy is on his out lap, I believe. Maybe even his in lap for another set. He's invalidated his lap before, as you would have remembered. And Breno, who hasn't set a time yet. Smeg is also into the drop zone, as he will start his flying, well, I'm guessing final flying lap of the qualifying session. James is under pressure of dropping out into Q1, as is Sideshow and Reedy, I believe. Alcatraz should be fine, as Can't Do Crap, or Breno, Can't Do Crap, I missed that. Can't Do Crap goes P6, so 118.7, Banana Cake 118.8, And Brenner with a 118.5, putting James into the drop zone. Sideshow Prod going through the final corner. I just missed him. Going through the final corner, across the line, so it's a 1 minute 20.0. And Garlaz starts his lap time. As James also starts his lap. Smeg, solid driver, amazing commentator, but could always be up there at the end, around in and around the top 5. Should expect him to bring himself out of the elimination zone, as we see the Red Bull of Aussie, whose lap is invalidated. Can't do crap and Brenner are right behind each other. Unit is in the pits, so that means XJ Schmidt looking to improve on his lap time. He can't, it's only 121. Can't do crap and Brenner both into the pits, as the Smeg coming through. Only P15, a 1 minute 20.7. So maybe Alcatraz and Garlaz are actually in trouble of going out into Q1. As Schmidt retires with a 118.7, he would most likely get through. Alcatraz doesn't believe he'll get through. Will set a lap on the soft tyres. Swaggy and Pete are both in the pits without having set a lap time yet. Rudy is on a fast lap, 1/10 up on his time. We're not putting him out the job zone. He needs at least 9/10 to get up there. As Smeg, I believe, has just destroyed some advertising boards. We see on the map one of the Red Bulls, as that is Garlaz, who has spun the car. And he's 1 minute 20.4 on the hard tyres. Alcatraz, half a second up. It says Rudy has gone for a purple second sector. As I'm guessing it is James in the second Williams. But here is Rudy. He's going wide at the final corner. That could prove costly, as he puts himself P13, putting Smeg out of Q1. Unless he will race into the pits and straight back out. Alcatraz 1.2 seconds up on his previous time. James Cruz, a 5-place grid penalty with Bodhod because of the collision with Bodhod. I wonder what's happened here. That will certainly be looked at, as we missed it, but NBC Alcatraz goes P5 and has now retired. He is happy with his time. On board with Pete. Banana Cake retires. Pete is the only one who will try and get himself out of the elimination zone. Usually the bottom 5, but we have without the 20th driver of safety car. So only 19, only 4 people out of this session go out. We'll stay on board with Pete for this lap. As Smeg also gets himself out. Unless Smeg might just make it through to the end, as that was pure gold. Wants to improve his time. Sideshow retires on his 1 minute 20 dead. He reckons he's safe. He locks up into turn 1, goes very wide, keeps it on the black soft though. He's obviously pushing it. He wants to get out of Q1. He is also usually one of the drivers who is up there. You see one of the Red Bulls go very, very wide into that fast right-hander. Oh, I believe it is turn 8. No purple sectors for Pete today, as the checker flag has gone. Smeg is out, James is out, Garlize and Rudy are both on the cusp. As Pete actually sets the purple sector too. So Pete definitely looking to get out of this first session. I just noticed that I was going very wide, and I believe it's just no. He's invalidated his lap on the last corner. He's invalidated his lap. He is out, and I've just noticed that the Smeg. Oh my god, Swaggy looks like he's also invalidated his lap. But the Smeg did not make it to complete his flying lap. I believe, yeah. So that's it. Swaggy and Pete both without a time, both the harsh drivers. Everyone else in the pits we're just waiting on Swaggy. He'll just finish his lap, setting 1 minute 27. Validate his lap out of Q1. Very, very interesting to see that Pete, also known as Zach, has invalidated his time on the final corner after setting a purple sector 2. Would have put him right into the mix. But that last corner struck, ruining his lap time. And maybe even ruining his race. But we have Pete, no time. Swaggy, no time. James, 122 with a 5-second penalty. And Smeg with a 120.7. 4/10 off P15. Going into Q2 now, we'll start seeing some of the drivers who are confident that we'll get into Q3 put on some of the harder tyres, and maybe even some of the other drivers who reckon they can get on some of the harder tyres. Sideshow starts on the hards. Pure on the mediums, Aussie on the mediums, Todser on the mediums, Dougie on the mediums, and Brenner also on the mediums. Brady puts on the hard tyres, as that is one of the Ferraris of Can't Do Crap going out first. Could score some valuable points. Been quite unlucky in the recent races. So right now, start of Q2, only have Can't Do Crap, Alcatraz, Aussie and Sargent, the 2 Red Bulls, and Reedy out, as the other Ferrari is coming out now as well. So Can't Do Crap looks to be committing on the soft tyres unless he makes a mistake coming into or going into this next lap. If he does, he will out, and he is just messed up the chicane, which I'm not sure It might validate his next lap, but I'm not too sure about this. No, it doesn't. So the second lap is clean, but that mistake could cost him a tenth or two on the run into turn one. We'll stay on board with Can't Do Crap. He rounds turn 3 into turn 4, keeping it quite clean. We'll actually ride on board with him, see how he goes into this tough left-hander. Could easily slide just like that. Just like that. Exactly what I was talking about. And that has cost him at least half a tenth to a second from this lap. It's going to continue. He has Alcatraz coming up behind him, who is also on the soft, so he will be in front. I wonder if Can't Do Crap may go on the medium tyres and try to set a faster lap time than his 1:21.0, which is about 2 seconds slower than his Q1 time, so he knows he can beat that. Alcatraz goes provisional pole very briefly with the 1:19.6. Aussie goes provisional pole for now, the 1:18.6, a full second faster on the medium tyres. As Sacho 1:21.7 on the hard tyres. Is that invalidated? We have Oddhot coming through for his outlap. Sector 1 yellows as the Red Bulls let each other through. And I believe Breno is next to start his first lap. So we're starting a second. Doggy is starting his lap. Carlos looking to complete his first flying lap on the hard tyres. 1:20.2 goes P3, the fastest of the hard tyre users so far. We have NBC Alcatraz going back into the pits, as I'm guessing is the 2 Red Bulls, and Reedy as well. Bud Hod will be next to come through then. As he jumps over the final chicane onto the start finish straight, sets a time of 1:20.3 on the medium tyres. I feel like you may need to get sub 20s, or at least, or maybe even 19.5s to get into this Q2 session, or Q3 session, I should say. Before I go into the pits, as Dougie on board as he sets his lap, 1:18.4 on the medium tyres. He sets the pace. As we have one of the Force Indias in XJ Schmidt starting his flying lap on the soft tyres, with Sideshow locking up. Is he going to go into the piece? He doesn't dive into the piece. He's going to finish his lap. Going to try to go faster than his 1:21.7, which he does. A full second faster, 1:20.6. Does not improve. Actually, no, improves 1 position. As Banana Cake has just started his lap. He's gotten the toe from Sideshow. Will prove very well for him. Bud Hod going to complete his lap, obviously aborting it, as that is Unit actually starting his lap, as will Doggy finishing his lap. So we'll jump back on with XJ Schmidt on the soft tyres, who has gone a little wide or has taken a different line through the last sector, as one of the Toro Rossos goes wide. XJ Schmidt would have taken P3, but his lap time was invalidated, so that does not count. We'll jump on with Banana Cake Pie, who rounds the final few corners through the long sweeping right hand last turn, saving a 119.2, putting himself P3. As we have, I believe, Expert is coming as outlap, Unit is on his fast lap, and Budhod is going to complete his lap. Guessing he's not the one who made the mistake down at turn 2. Puts himself P4, as Unit put himself P6, the 119.8. Expert starting his flying lap, as Can't Crap and Pure Gold coming out at the same time. Oh, not Pure Gold, Breno. Can't Crap aborting his lap from the very start, giving Breno the slipstream to push himself onto a proper lap time. As Reedy starts his lap, only 5 drivers have not completed their lap time. Pure, Reedy, Expert, Toddster and Schmidt all out on the track, setting times, except for Toddster, who may just wait for the end. The Williams of Garlaz coming to start, maybe even to finish his lap, which was looked to be just the same as I'm done with Expert. No, just the same as his old time. Breno on his fast lap. This looks much better. Looks to be much faster actually than his first time. As he crosses the line, we go P5 with a 119.6. So far the cutoff was 21 dead. This Can't Crap, I believe, is starting his lap as someone was on the grass. Gala is on the grass. That's his lap time in the bin. I reckon we should jump on board with Can't Crap, who wants to improve on that 121 dead. Who knows he can improve on that 121 dead. As we see Pure and Toddster both coming out with Reedy and Schmidt in the pits. So everyone's on mediums. Alcatraz set his fastest lap time on the softs, as did Can't Crap, but Dougie fit the softs, was in the pits. I doubt he'll come out again. Can't Crap ran the final corner on his medium tyres, puts himself P3 with a 119.1. That will surely secure his lap, his place. This puts Sideshow Prod out and onto the elimination zone. As we see Toddster coming through to start his flying lap. He is very fast driver, winning, I believe, the first 2 races of this season. into turn 4 very, very cleanly. But I believe Pure Gold is just about to finish his lap. We'll look at the leaderboard, see where he finishes, where he puts himself. It's an invalidated time, as Alcatraz is starting his lap, I believe, in the other Renault, as Kanto Crab goes very wide, gets out of the way of the hard charging Renault Sport driver, who gets a little bit of wheel spin, a little bit of oversteer into the slowest corner of the track, or the hardest braking zone, through the tight technical sector 3, in jumping over the final chicane through to the final corner. He should put him well inside the top 10. He puts himself P3 1:18.6, very close to Aussie Wizzy's time. So Pure Gold, another fast driver who invalidated his lap, it's going to go again. We have Reedy starting his lap, Schmidt also starting his lap. We have Alcatraz just about to finish his lap, so we'll stay on him till the end. Doesn't feel safe with his 1:19.6. And he puts himself... No, he doesn't go. Lou doesn't improve. 6 with P8. Banana Cake Pie jumps out. Pure Gold starting his next lap. Expert retires. He reckons that either Pure Gold or Schmidt, or even Sideshow, won't improve, as does Alcatraz. Or maybe they've just run out of tyres to use. So Sideshow's just starting his following lap, as is Toddster is just finishing. No, he's going to the pits. Toddster is all done. Garlaz will be the next to finish his lap then. He's just on the cusp of Q3, on the cusp of P10. He puts himself P10, knocking Unit Greener out, who will just start his lap with 20 seconds to go. XJ Schmidt coming across the line now, puts himself P4. Garlaz is out of the session. Unit Greener has to pull the rabbit out of the hat. Banana Cake Pie wants to go faster, as is Dougie. Dougie's finished his lap. Dougie does not want to improve, wants to stick on his mediums. Sideshow's going to be knocked out. He's had enough. No, he's it. That's he's just had enough. He's gone. Sideshow's gone. Garlaz is gone. It's up to Unit. If he can knock Alcatraz. Expert retiring early. Could not improve on his 1:19.7. The cusp is a 1:19.6. He needs to improve by 2 tenths. He's currently up by 3 tenths. Right on the edge of the track limits is Unit. Alcatraz into P11 once again after yesterday's race. Started P11 as well, fun fact. But Unit coming through and putting himself P6, knocking Alcatraz out once again. So Garlaz tried all his might to get into Q3. Got into the top 10 just briefly, but unfortunately was overcome by his fellow competitors, finishing only in P13. So some big names out early. The Smeg, Pete, Sideshow. We could see them coming into a hard charge through the field. Although this track is not very easy to overtake, we might not see many overtakes. Might not be the most exciting race, but we will see. Hopefully it is. But Alcatraz, less than a tenth of P10. Expert, Galas, and Sideshow. Sideshow had a shocking qualifying session. Galas and Expert only a tenth and 2/10 respectively. Missing out onto Q3. So a very, very close field so far. So, Q3. Here we go. The top 10 shootout. We'll see who comes out first. The engines roar into life, as I believe Breno might come out first. And I also believe this is Can't Do Crap's first ever Q3. As no, it's Aussie that's coming out first. And Breno will come out behind the Renault as well of Toddster. So some unfamiliar names, or names I just have not remembered being a Q3. Can't Do Crap, Unit, and Bodhod. Of course, Bodhod looks to be quite a quick driver. There's Wogboy predicts Swaggy P1. It's qualified second last, starting third last because of James's 5+ grid penalty with Bodhod, or for causing a collision with Bodhod, I should say. As Aussie is opening and closing his DRS, spamming it with Toddster right under his rear wing, up in his gearbox, letting him have some room now. So Breno will have to slow down as well, but Aussie Wizzy Rick will start the first flying lap of qualifying 3 in Spain. Only driver in the pits looks to be Unit. Maybe saving, he only has one set left. Trying all his might to get into Q2, or Q3 I should say. And Aussie going a little bit wide, keeping it within the white line. Obviously purple first sector. I believe Toddster just broke that. We have Pure Gold on his outlap. Might prove to be a small distraction if he comes close enough to Aussie. So all the drivers on their fast side except Pure God on his outlap and Unit into the pits. Aussie down into the hardest braking zone. Purple once again. This time he keeps it, as it looked like on the map, it looked like Toddster may have gone a teeny bit wide, as we see Aussie perfectly through those chicanes, completing the first lap of qualifying 3, setting a 1:17.9, a very fast time. Toddster with a 1:18.0 can't beat Aussie, and Breno 1:18.6. with Schmidt a 1:18.2, Banana Cake a 1:18.8. We'll jump on board with Dougie. Whitehard a 1:19.3. Dougie Falcon on his first flying lap of qualifying 3 in Spain will set a 1:17.6, 3/10 faster than Aussie. Amazing time. Can't Do Crap is next. He will put himself P8, 1:19.5. So, Pure Gold is up next. Coming through the final few corners, this last sector, as I said before, very, very technical. Very easy to get it wrong. Jump the curb, get some oversteer, understeer. None of that happens with Pure on this occasion, as he puts himself P3, purple third sector, as Phil joins. He should start the race. In P... I'm not sure if it'll be P19 or P20 then, as James's penalty will show us later on. But that is it for the first runs of qualifying 3. Quick look at the comments. Alcatraz looks to have faith in Dougie winning this race. Him, of course, being knocked out in P11. Safety car could not make this race. Says Dougie to be taken out in turn 1 by Todster. That could be very controversial. Now, he will come out first on their second flying lap. This may not be their last. Breno looks to jump out. Gold comes back in. What, let me focus on, there you go, on Breno. Banana Cake jumping in front. So on this second lap, but way in front of them, XJ Schmidt has got clean air all around him. Banana Cake and Breno were right 2/10 apart of each other. Breno gets past Banana Cake. Does not want any of that dirty air on his flying lap. Bodhod comments that he will go for the most spins. He's done quite well. Into Q3 he's been. Carter Crap is also out on his out lap. Everyone else sticking it in. We should jump on board then with XJ Schmidt, as he will be the first start. The first of the 4 flying laps that we will see. Not sure if these drivers have an extra set, a third set for the last run, if they'll even make it, or if this is their last set and they just want some clean air. So XJ Schmidt starting his flying lap through turn 1, turn 2. It's a long sweeping hand left-handed turn 2. We'll jump on board with him, as I believe that is Can't Do Crap losing it again on that last chicane. It's been causing him troubles all throughout qualifying. XJ Schmidt matching his first sector time, just down by 1/2 tenth, as we see Bodhod come out on his flying lap. XJ Schmidt through this tough little left-hander, sliding a little bit through the long sweeping right-hander into the hard braking zone. Brake at the 100 board, clipping the apex. Aaron has joined as well. Into the last sector. I didn't see the second sector, but look at the comments. My bad. But we'll see very shortly in this, going through the final corner. And Schmidt improves one. He does. He goes pole position. The 117.5. The small slide did not matter to him, as he puts himself on pole in front of Dougie Falcon. Breno does improve, but not enough to improve a place. 2/10 faster, as we see Banana Cake invalidating his lap. Can't Do Crap spinning yet again. There goes his tyres and his lap. Unit Grainer on his outlap finally will go on Bodhod, who will be starting his flying lap. So very, very surprising to see XJ Schmidt putting into a 17.5, a 10th faster than Dougie was regarded very, very highly. This could be a very, very interesting race, a very good race it should be, between Schmidt, Aussie and Dougie, and even Pure Todser. Aussie, Pure and Todster all within a tenth of each other, Schmidt and Dougie within a tenth of each other, as it will focus back onto Bodhod, who will have been riding on board with, braking at the 100, missing, I'm guessing, I think just hitting the apex into this last sector, short shifting into 4th, now down to 3rd, shortening into 4th again, jumping over that chicane. That could lose him a 10th at least as he crosses the line, sending a 1:18.6, putting him P7, as I believe Todser and Dougie, I have no clue what they're doing. A quick chit chat. And someone has spun. Banana cake maybe? Or is that just letting unit by? But we're starting to see the final few laps. We'll watch unit for a bit, but I reckon this unit goes purple sector 2 for like a split second. I don't know if that was a mistake. Can't do crap. He's waiting out. He wants to save his luck isn't coming, he wants to save his fast lap. Dougie, Todds are starting their lap, as we see Unit Greeno on his only set of tyres coming through across the line, putting himself P8. Can't do crap's now in P10, sliding his lap. We've got the tow from Unit, but we should focus on Dougie, who is less than a 10th up. Schmidt retires as Todster went purple sector 1, locks up into that corner. Unit's done. He'll get out the way. The rest of the drivers. Bruno into the pits. Todster, very interesting, on the rev limiter. Onto that fast right-hander. As I think Unit, or is that Schmidt? That must be Schmidt as retired. Unit should also retire. So Dougie comes across the line first. He'll put himself P1 with a 1:17.3. Todd's at 1:17.5. That would have put him pole position, just missing out. For now, we'll start on the front of the grid. Pure 1:18.5. I don't think he improved. Coming through, can't do crap, putting himself P7. Banana Cake putting himself P6, I believe. Yes, P6. As Aussie was it Rick. Can he knock? Can't knock him off the throne. So Unit provisionally putting himself into P7 or P8 and knocked back down as the Renault and the Mercedes just collide. AI having a bit of fun. They are basically magnets right now, but we are in store for an absolute mega race here at Barcelona. I think we're just waiting on Bodhod to jump into the pits, and that will be the end of qualifying. Logboy says 5 safety cars. Now after that new update, which increased safety cars, there is a small chance. We'll see if there is carnage between the front runners or anyone. But Dougie Falcon by 0.2 of a second takes pole position. Todd's up P2. with XJ Schmidt just behind him in P3, Aussie P4, 4 tenths behind, with Pure right behind him, then Banana Cake, who has Breno right behind him, 2 tenths behind Breno is his teammate Can't Do Crap, who just by the slightest one out on Bodhod, with Unit only a 10th behind those two. So, race time. The qualifying session has showed us that it could become a very, very interesting race. So, we are currently waiting on the drivers to choose their setups and adjust their fueling, adjust their strategies before we embark on the formation lap, and we will see what tyres, who is on which tyres, I should say. Five seconds to go until the calm before the storm, it feels like. So all the cars line grid, a full car, 20 car grid, and Phil starts behind James. Oh, yes, behind James. So, the tyres, telemetry, yep, okay. So, everyone on the mediums except for James, Unit, who on the softs, and Smeg and Expert, who on the hards. So, judging from yesterday's race, most of the field, if there is no safety car interruption, most of the field should go for mediums to hard, one-stop strategy, while the soft runners will go soft, medium, medium. With, I reckon, some of the drivers have already crashed and have been teleported back into the start, but the hards obviously going hards to mediums, I believe, unless they can stretch it out very, very long and go hards to softs. I'm not sure anyone will be able to do that. It's a very hard feat to do. Dougie Falcon backing the field up. Does not want his tyres to cool down as he waits for the rest of the grid. Although there's quite a little small gaps from Galas and Expert. And it's all bunched up now. Drivers, the AI takes over, puts them into their grid slots. We shall see which, I wonder who will come out on top. So, last of the drivers I believe is, I don't even know who that is, it's Swaggy. The predicted last to first, although it starts P17 to first. So, as we embark, I don't know if we can. Okay, we'll start. There we go. 5 lights, and away we go on the Spanish Grand Prix. Dougie Falcon looks like get a good start, as one of the Toros is already on the grass. Toddster having not the best start, almost already getting swamped. The Force India of XJ Schmidt trying to go around the outside of Toddster. He can't get it done. He'll lose out to Aussie Wizzy Rick. And now we have Pure Gold right behind him. He's going to try and make the overtake stick. And there's contact. Very minor contact pushing Pure Gold. And one of the harsh drivers has been in huge collision. There's a spin. and a big collision with one of the Haas cars. As more carnage happened. Can't do crap is gone. Can't do crap. Lost heaps of positions. Must have gone wide. So carnage down at the start as we push back to the lead of the race. Dougie Falcon 6/10 up, coming up to the end of the first lap with Todster P2, Aussie P3, Pure P4, Breno P5. I wonder what's happened down. I believe it's between Swaggy, Pete, Reedy, Phil, Expert, James and Smeg. Sicked up as Reedy pits, I believe with damage. What is this camera? Okay. Reedy pits with damage. Shocking start for him. It seems Phil may also have damage. We'll come back onto him actually. There's slight damage, holding up. It's a good stream as well. I'm not impressed with this. Apparently it's all better. So we are back. I was a bit of technical issues. Sorry about that, may have missed just a lap, hopefully I haven't missed any action. We do have pit stop action actually. Sideshow Prod coming out on lap 4, a very early stop, as is Phil. Wonder what happened to them. Definitely must have had damage, as both the Toro Rossos are down in P14 and P15. A lot of drivers losing out as Pete and Alcatraz are fighting it out, as is Swaggy and Garlas. Swaggy is actually moving up the field quite a lot, as James and the Smeg are battling it out actually. And there's a Sector 3 yellow. Who's that? It's one of the Force Insta unit. He's broken his front wing. That's an amazing P10 qualifying. Broken his front, he's going to have to fix it, lose even more time. He's got a 5-second penalty to add to the pain. Cut back to the top while Sarja and Reedy are having this little battle. So, Doggy is in front by 8/10 of a second. As Toddster in P2, Carlos and Alcatraz having a small battle as well. We'll jump back to them. It looks like it'll be more than a small battle. As Pete jumps into the play as well. And side by side, both of them sliding. But Pete gets the job done. Swaggy up to P8, Pete up to P10. The two Harshavs are sliding down at the back of the grid. Going all the way up. Very impressive by them. Sector 3 yellows once again. That looks like to be pure gold. Who must have spun it onto that little hump after the hairpin. Totster, purple lifetime I should say again. Into turn 1, he's only 2/10 behind. The DRS dragging him along. He's running out of ARS though, while Dougie has plenty left. That could prove to be quite vital. Actually, they are quite close. I might stick with them. As X3 gets a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. As down into the field. We'll see 49 seconds off the lead already. Reedy and Sarja having a little ding-dong battle. As is Expert and Canto Crap. And Pete and Alcatraz Pure. Swaggy up to P7 now. But the big battle is for the lead right now. 4/10 Todster is. He's trying his hardest. Dougie's just saving. Dougie's just playing with his food right now. As Lazy Hal would usually say. And start of sector 2 yellow. That is the Smeg. Has lost it. He's not had a good race either. Here we go. Doggy versus Todster. Todster should. He does pull into the inside. Can't get it done though. Doggy swoops around the outside. Gets the move done. As Swaggy sets the fastest lap of the race. Swaggy 291. He is on fire at the moment. Doggy 70%. ARS, while Todster only 70. As one of the Toro Rossos, I'm guessing is Bod Hod. Bad to worse for him, unfortunately. We'll jump back on. Todster is coming out the worst out of the top 3. Out of this top 3 battle with only 20% ARS. He's trying so hard. Doggy 90%. ARS. Oh, Alex is Johnny just sick. If he can get DRS, that could help him drastically. We see Alcatraz and Pete very close together, as is Banana and Schmidt actually. We'll cut back to the leading pack in just a sec. I believe though, Todster is just a tad too far behind. He won't get it done. Ozzy gets his wish and gets DRS. As one of them pits, Pete pits. Schmidt passing Banana Cake Pie. As Can't Do Crap and Expert having a small battle. Pete coming out in P14. He was up in P10. Only losing 4 positions. Going for the mediums to hards on lap 8. Very interesting. May have gotten damaged. As Smeg also pits. Is that his second stop? I believe it may have been his second pit stop. No, that hasn't actually made a stop yet. My bad. We'll look at the position changes. Swaggy up 10 positions. Has got a sector 1 yellow. Who is that? That is one of the Force Indias of Unit Garino. P18, started P10, down 10 positions. Horrific race for him. But Dougie Falcon is doing amazing job so far. They've pulled, both Dougie and Todsa have both pulled away from Aussie. 2.6 seconds now. As we got a sector 3 yellow, that is Expert coming off in the final corner. It's a very weird spot to lose it. Must have gotten rears onto the gravel. As I have spotted a nice little battle down between Reedy and Unit. But we may just... Swaggy has just gained another 2 seconds in the last few laps. And is now right behind Banana Cake Pie. He is on fire. This will be position number 11 that he will gain as James Cruz stops for his hard tyres. Swaggy on through the outside gets moved on. Swaggy Ricardo, king of overtakes it seems, as Breno is under pressure from Schmidt, but as well as Dougie and Todster, as Todster pulls onto the inside. Surely he gets it moved on this time. He's tried that hard and he gets it done finally. If he can continue that, we will see, as Breno loses the P4 to XJ Schmidt and this will now be under attack, I'm guessing in only a few laps, from Swaggy Ricardo. Number 64, Dougie Falcon, right on the back of Todster, giving him zero time to breathe throughout this race. It's only lap 10, so we've got another 23 laps to go in this quite surprisingly interesting Spanish Grand Prix. I would have thought, because of the layout of the track and its history, that would see not many overtakes, but League proving us wrong once again, as Phil and James are having a little battle into turn 1, I've seen, for P18 and P19. Swaggy gets a 30-second penalty. That could be costly for him. Dougie cannot get in front of Todster, as most of the field will completed their 10th lap on their tyres, except for the early stoppers of Pete, Sideshow, Unit, Reedy, Phil, James and the Smeg. Have all had their own problems. Closest battle at the moment, it seems, is for P1, funnily enough. See the front battle pack with Aussie just staying behind. Anything happens, he's there to pounce. Tosser and Dougie are just in their own league right now. Swaggy, update on him, 1.5 seconds behind on P5. Is that Tulsa running wide? The corner of the screen, Tulsa was running wide. It goes defensive. They'll prove no use to the hard charging Dougie Falcon, the Brit. But they go side by side. Dougie cannot complete the move. Can he do it now? He does, sweeping through the inside, then round the outside into turn 2. He finishes the move as sector 2 yellows. Who's that? Oh dear, oh dear. Reedy, Eunice retired. Eunice gone. Reedy's almost hit the back of him. And Todser, meanwhile, almost right into the back of... Oh, it's a safety car. Oh. Who's that just pit then? It's a drive-through. Sideshow. Speeding onto the safety car. Sideshow prod. What a catastrophe. Safety car coming out. Sideshow prod. That is horrendous luck by the F2 fan. James Cruz also gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. We'll see who pits. Sideshow pits. This is probably for, I'm guessing, for his drive-through. No, he's stopped. He will not serve his drive-through this time. Phil pits. Smeg pits. James stays out. Dougie and Toster both pit, as does Ozzy. Into the pitch next is Schmidt and Brenner. Is that Ozzy coming out? Is that Todster who has come out in front of Dougie Falcon? Wow. Just jumped him in the stops. Somehow the Renault crew done a very fast pit stop, or Dougie has just been held up. Everyone into the pits except for Expert, who decides to stay out. James gets a 30-second penalty on the safety car. He's currently in P16 right now. It's doing alright. This safety car could spice everything up. But while we're on, Phil gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. This is the third driver now. Wonder if it's just the drivers being unlucky, or them not noticing the delta times, or it's just a small glitch with the safety car and the delta times. But hopefully the safety car doesn't come in this lap. But people who have stayed out, James and Reedy and Expert. But hopefully it stays. It should stay out for one more lap. I believe it will. We'll stay on board just in case. Don't want to miss any action. It does stay out. So we'll look at the race director. See any incidents. So X-J Schmidt with 3 seconds. Unit with a 5-second penalty. He's out of the race, so that does not matter. Expert with 3 seconds. He stayed out. Swaggy with 3 seconds. Reedy. Hopefully this is better. I'll reset this as well. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Good things happened under the safety car conditions. Hoping it's fixed. There you go, it's all fixed. Not sure what's happening with the mic today. Don't think this has ever happened before, so this is all new. Jimmy James at the start of the race, a 3-car incident into turn 1. There was a 3-car incident, just not into turn 1. very surprisingly. We'll also have a look. Everyone is on hards except for X-Pro, who now pits. I missed that. Well, we missed that while we were under. We were looking at the incidents. Pits coming out P13 behind his teammate Bodhod. So to go out for the lap. We'll take a look at subs. Everyone one sub. Pete with a 3-sub strategy. Smeg, Sideshow and Phil 2 stops. Don't think you can save your penalty on the safety car. Position change. Here we go. Toddster up 1, Dougie down 1. They've sub positions. As is Aussie and Schmidt up and down. Breno up 2. Swaggy up 11. He is currently my driver of the day. But we'll still see. Over here, Alcatraz. What's happened to Alcatraz? He's just dropped down a position. Not sure what is. Not sure what's happening here. This can't do crap. Gets a 5-second penalty with severe collision with Garlaz. What's happened here? What have we missed? Does can't do crap have damage? It does not. Garlaz has no. Does Garlaz have damage? I don't think he does. What's happened here? I've just seen Alcatraz move down a few positions and then can't do crap, getting a 5-second penalty. Very surreal. Continuing on, Pure Gold set to cut in this lap. So Pure Gold Banana Cake down 2, Garlaz up 4, Alcatraz up 1, Conjure Crab Butthole down 3, Expert up 1, Reedy up 1, James up 4, Pete up 2, Sideshow down 3, Phil up 2, and Smeg down 3. So, jump back on. Everyone's going to stand their stop on their tyres. So we'll jump on the position change, just so you can keep an eye out. But as safety car restart commences, Dougie Falcon is right on the gearbox of Toddster as he puts the foot down. Starts Sideshow into the pits, following his drive through. As Swaggy has passed Breno. No, he has not. They're fighting. Swaggy, he's turned Pure Gold around. He's been hit by Banana Cake. Pure Gold has gone around. Does Banana Cake have damage? He does not. Pure Gold, gone. Who's that? Is that Can't Do Crap? That's Breno. He's gone. Garlaz losing positions as well. Can't Do Crap up to P9. Swaggy up to P5. Up 12 positions. I wonder. Can't Do Crap now losing positions. What is going on? There's a big gap from the top 5. There's a sector 2 yellow. Is that Pure Gold again? He's spun again. Rotten luck for Pure Gold. He's lost a bit of his front wing. He's had no luck on this safety car restart. As I'm guessing he's spun again and he's rejoined. He's retired as Sideshow just misses out. Just misses out on hitting him, I should say. It's a big train behind the leaders, behind the leading car. And so Pure Gold's gone. He's had enough. He doesn't want any more. Can't Do Crap with Garlaz and Budhod fighting it out for P9. Is that Swaggy trying to go for? Oh, that's Smeg. No, that was Pete. My bad. I'll go back onto this battle. As someone's gone. Who's gone? Pete is gone. Pete has spun it. He's lost a lot of his front wing as well. So much going on in this safety car restart. Can't believe it. Dougie right on the back of Toddster. He's giving him hell. Into the hard braking zone. Probably the biggest overtaking place other than the first corner. which has DRS. Swaggy up 12 positions. As Smeg and James swap positions, as does Brenner and Reedy. Brenner is trying to have a recovery drive now. Swaggy is now going to be on the attack on XJ Schmidt. DRS has been enabled. It'll come through on this next lap. It'll come through in the middle of this lap actually. As a 3, it's Swaggy into turn 1. 3 yellows. Who is that? Who is that? It's Reedy. Lost it. As James pits, Reedy has lost it onto the final corner. Pete has also pit. Pete has almost hit the thing. Swaggy up into P4 though now. It's 2 seconds behind the top 3. Swaggy is doing an insane job on the back of the grid. We'll stay with Swaggy for now. Battles have settled down. Unit is finally left. As you see on the mini map, Garlaz, Brenner, and Can't Do Crap down to the final corner. Final few corners, I should say. Can't Do Crap, no DRS, going to be under pressure from Garlaz, who was in turn under pressure from Brenner. Brenner he could make a move. He'll try. Garlaz blocks down the inside. And Brenner has had a great run through into turn, I believe this is now 4. Cannot get the job done though. Come back to him. Now focus on Sprint and Banana Cake. They are getting quite close as well. It's only lap 20. Still another 13 laps after this lap is completed. Looks like Brenner has tried to make a dive bomb down the inside. Todster will come back. We'll go back to Todster. The field is a little bit separated in this top group. Dougie is now the one who has not got the ERS, as we should come down. Garla is protecting himself from Brenner once again. Experience and Banana Cake also fighting. Well, Experience has gone in front of Banana Cake. Schmidt just going a little bit wide. Again going wide. But Swaggy is now within DRS range of P3. This could be position number 14 as Pete from last position. So it's the fastest of the rest on 1:19.9. So top 2 separated by 7/10 of a second. P3 and 4 separated by at least a second. Does he get DRS? He does not. We'll cut back to him. Yellow flag, sector 2 to 3, that is the Smeg. You can see on the minimap the lone McLaren spun it again. We'll be now under pressure from Reedy. Todster and Dougie both with low ERS. This could turn into a very... This battle will last for the whole race. And is that Swaggy almost losing it in the background? Almost all of his hard work all down the drain as Dougie continued pressure on Todster, as Breno has passed Garlas and Can't Do Crap in that time. Can't Do Crap looks to be under pressure from Garlas. We'll stick with the front runners, who are both pulling out another lead. Swaggy could put himself on the podium soon. He's only half a second behind Aussie. Dougie's less than half a second behind Todster. As James and Pete switch positions down at the tail end of the field. So, Dougie with DRS, sector 1 yellows. That is Sideshow Prod. Out of this race, we'll come back to him. Not out of this race. Not sure he wants to be driving anymore. As Todster going wide after Dougie looking to move down the inside, bringing Aussie and Swaggy into the mix. This has turned into a four-way battle for the lead as Dougie puts himself into P1, back into the winning position once again. Dougie Falcons is now going to try and stretch this gap, as he knows Todster is under pressure from Aussie, who is also under pressure from Swaggy. Swaggy has come out best from this. He has the opportunity to take all three. I'm not sure if he can, but he has the definite opportunity. Garlaz gets past Can't Do Crap. All three open DRS. No one can make a move. Very short DRS. Set 3 yellows. I believe that will be should be James. Dougie pulling a little bit of a gap. Swagger getting another penalty. This is not what he needed. But it seems that Swaggy has actually, in doing so, put himself into P3. He's made a dive bomb, which wasn't shown by the camera. As Sideshow gets another 3 seconds. Sideshow has not had the best of luck tonight. Really hasn't. But Todster giving nothing for Dougie to breathe in. The top 3 separated by 1.5 seconds. Aussie Wizzy gets his first 3-second penalty. So far, the top 2 have not. So according to race, if it would end now, Dougie would beat Todster and Aussie would beat Swaggy, according to the penalties. Dougie has to hold another fire, another machine gun fire from Todster. He looks to pull right down around the outside. He can probably get the job. He does. He gets the job done. Swaggy is now right behind He's gained 14 positions. 14 positions in this race. Swaggy is insane at the moment. Doggy will have to try and find a way back through, as that looks to be Sideshow speeding again in the sector 3, which caused the yellow flags. It's amazing how close these guys can battle without contact. These 4 front runners. As it looks like James is about to get lapped. Chilling in P18. But Dougie will now get the position back from Todster. Maybe not. Todster locks up, almost loses the back end, gifting Dougie the position. But now, Swaggy looks for a move down the inside. He couldn't get it done. Meanwhile, Alcatraz, Budhod and Brenner having a little battle. Down for P7. But Todster will try and get his beloved P1 back. He's got it so many times. Sector 2 yellows now. That is Garlaz, who's gone. Brenner has now got his first penalty. Sector 3 yellows, that is James. As we come on to the straight for the 26th time, starting the 27th lap, actually 27th time I should say. Yeah. As Todster cannot get past Dougie, Expert comes into the pits as Alcatraz gets his 30-second time penalty. Can't do crap, is up into P11, could get P10 back. Solid performance by him. Another small battle between Todster and Dougie could once again bring Swaggy and even Aussie, who's now jumping a little bit back into the mix. Any mistake can cost you almost a whole podium from P1 down to P4. Swaggy gets a little bit of oversteer, tries to jump that curb a bit too much. Right behind Todster, Breno and Alcatraz having a lovely battle, it seems. Todster can't get it done again. Once again, he cannot get past Dougie. This could be the end. Todster is actually keeping up with Dougie. Some good pace, as he has done. Swaggy, another 30-second penalty. He is definitely out of the picture. 9 seconds. One second penalty. He'll drop behind Aussie. And maybe even behind... Is that Alcatraz? I don't want it to, but it's Alcatraz who's lost it into the middle sector. Potts cannot get it done. Swaggy protects himself. 4 laps to go. Kaiju Crap gets 3-second penalty. I'll put him behind Expert. Another sector yellow. That is Pete, who is out of this race. Will jump down. Looks like he's hit the inside wall. Pete, so much promise. Out of this race, had a terrible race in fact. Passed the stricken Haas. Swaggy is now right up the gearbox of Toddster. This could be the chance that Dougie wants. If they continue to fight through turn 1 into the first sector, Dougie could get himself out of DRS range and control this race for the final few laps. Into turn 1 we go. Toddster ever closer once again. Swaggy now right behind him. Cannot get the job done. It's an amazing drive Swaggy has done. Keep going on about it, but 14 positions in Spain is amazing. Really is a phenomenal race. Phenomenal drive from him. Phenomenal drive from all 4 of these drivers. Oh no! Commentator's curse almost struck as Toddster almost lost the rear end. But that could be the end of his chance to win this race. Doug is the 6/10 gap. I was doing with the 8/10. Swaggy is right behind Toddster. Dougie try take this opportunity to pull away once and for all. As we'll jump on board with Swaggy right now. See Schmidt right behind. Swaggy now looking for a move into turn 1. Dougie has pulled a very small gap. It's a tiny bit of breathing room of about 6/10 to half a second. Swaggy is right behind him. Coming on to the lap car of Reedy. The penultimate lap, lap 32 or 33. Toddster actually got a very nice run on Dougie. Almost hitting him into turn 1. Could not get the move done though. That could have been catastrophic, being honest. The 2 leading cars making contact, possibly out of contention for the lead. Swaggy and Aussie picking up the pieces. But it wasn't meant to be. So Todster getting a bit more desperate now. Less and less and less chances. That looks to be one of the Williams losing it on the final corner. It must be Garlas, I believe. No, it's James. But final lap. This is all or nothing for these drivers. Dougie has a small advantage, but quickly evaporates as they go into turn 1. Todster has touched him, and they've touched. Todster goes into a half spin, gets hit by Swaggy. He moves into P2. Dougie has gotten a free kick. 1.5 seconds in the lead. He's won this race. Swaggy's up into P2, but don't forget he has a 9-second penalty. Todster in P3 with damage. No, with no damage actually. Very surprisingly. No damage for Todster. Aussie trying to get that net P2 position. Dougie now 1.7 seconds ahead. He's done. He's got it. Todster pulling over in front of Swaggy. This may be over. Todster pulling a monstrous move. Very almost completing it. But it wasn't meant to be. We move on to the leader as Dougie Falcons 97 crosses the line to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Todster comes in home in second. Aussie Wizzy Rick comes home in third. Schmidt comes home in fourth, with Swaggy coming home only in P5 for his 9-second penalty. Sideshow with severe collision with Phil. Oh dear. Another penalty. Banana Cake P6, Breno P7, Butthod P8, Xspirit P9, Can't Do Crap coming home in P10. As we see NBC Alcatraz, I can't do crap because of a 5-second penalty for an unserved penalty. 5 seconds for an unserved penalty. Maybe we're speeding in the pit lane. NBC Alcatraz has run out of fuel, but should make it home without losing any positions, as he does. The Smeg up 4 positions from his start, as Garlas coming through now. Sideshow Prod, one of the most unluckiest races I've ever seen in my life, as Phil comes home in 15th. He will jump Sideshow and James. The last of the runners coming through the final corner captures P17, and that is it. Swaggy from I believe it was P17 on the grid. P17 has put himself into P2 for a brief moment. If it wasn't for those penalties, he would have been right in contention. What an amazing race that was. Dougie Falcon celebrating with the champagne. Todster and Aussie Wizzy Rick. The Renault and the Red Bull. Amazing race down at Spain. Much better than I anticipated. So, Dougie Falcon, P1. Qualified P1, finished P1. Todster, P2. Aussie Wizzy Rick, P3. Schmidt, P4. Swaggy, P5 from P17 on the grid. Banana Cake P6, Breno P7, Butthod P8, Xspirit P9, Can't Do Crap P10, NBC Alcatraz P11, The Smeg P12, Garlas P13, Phil P14, Sideshow P15, Reedy P16, James P17, Pete P18, Pure P19, and Unit P20. Pete, Pure, and Unit all DNFing. That is it for another week of the Blue Championship. So I believe not too sure what is next, to be honest. I'll quickly get it for you, but I believe Hungary is next. So we should have the Very Lazy Tower coming back in. But that is it for tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we will see you this Thursday for F2, and goodbye.